Welcome back to the Homeschooled Podcast. I'm your host, Augustino Zoida, and I'm here with my co-host, Kevin Lyons.
Hey, buddy.
A.K.A. Lionheart, as he has been called.
The American Lionheart.
In the iTunes reviews. And
Lionheart, it's one of my favorite
Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, bro.
It's amazing.
No bullshit. I was looking for it today at Amoeba on VHS, and they didn't have it. I would have loved to own that on VHS.
Well, that's why it's the beautiful thing about computers. Just look it up, download it. Pirate Bay, baby. Pirate Bay all day.
We'll talk about that more in a second.
Okay.
I'm about to fucking go ape. I'm just kidding. Our guest today is Todd Larson. Thank you, Todd, for being here. And Todd is a multi-talented individual. Todd is a stand-up comedian, obviously. That's how I know him. And but Todd is also an actor and, amongst other things, a photographer and I don't even know the word for it, but you
Videographer.
You operate cameras pretty well.
Everything. Yes.
Okay, good. But we'll get more into that anyway. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know you got a lot of options for podcasts, so I appreciate you stopping by. This episode is brought to you by, most importantly, HomeschoolledPod.com. Homeschooled Pod, it's our website, and it's your one-stop shop for everything Homeschooled Podcast. Okay, you guys, you can click on tour and see the upcoming dates. You can click on merch. You can click on stories. I write short stories, and I put them up there if you just want some content to read. It's all on there, guys. You guys can even email me. Just click on contact. You can click on podcast and have all the links of where you can watch the podcast, including YouTube, so make sure you subscribe on YouTube. And yeah, guys, just do me a favor, click on merch, and the best way to support the podcast is by getting a t-shirt or something. You know, we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers. It's all on there. And this very special edition design that Kevin designed, the Ex-President series, is going to be going away when we hit episode 300, and we're getting close.
What number are we on?
This is like 267, something like that. So when we hit episode 300, you're not going to be able to get this t-shirt anymore, all right, you guys? So it's going to be a limited edition, so we know that you're an OG listener if you got this t-shirt, all right? Go check it out. And also, this episode is brought to you by Embrace Pet Insurance. Embrace is a great way to get your pet insured, okay? So when you're talking about, like, your pet, anything could go wrong, you guys. Hit by a car, or you get sick, they eat something they're not supposed to. I've seen these things rank up the medical bills, all right, you guys? You got to go and get your pet insured. It's as important of having an insurance for yourself, and it can be as expensive if you don't. So all you got to do is get a quote. That's all I'm asking you. Get a quote. If you get a quote, you're helping yourself out, and you're supporting the Homeschool Podcast. That's it. Just getting a quote helps everybody out. So click the link in the description and get yourself a quote on your pet. All sizes, all different kinds of pets, small pets, big pets, and some lower coverage, higher coverage, whatever it is. All right, just click the link. Giant pets, bro. If you got a fucking like Bigfoot living in your house, they got you. Okay, they got you covered. Like, what if Bigfoot fucking he forgets he's giant and he like sits on somebody and gets somebody stuck in his asshole? Who do you think's gonna pull it out? How much do you think that's gonna cost you?
This reminded me of Harry and the Hendersons when he's in the house and he's pushing up the door frames so he can walk through. Okay, sorry.
That's all right, you guys. Everything's in the description of this episode. Click the links and let's have a good episode. All right, I'm Augustino Zoida. This is the Homeschooled Podcast.
Please take your seats. School is now in session.
Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschool.
The Homeschooled Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all. We have fun here on the Homeschooled Podcast.
Sounds like it.
We were talking about, before we started recording, we were talking about going back with cell phones, and then we remember our first cell phone and our first cell phone plan. I was on the Boost Mobile. That's how I got introduced to the game. By the way, Boost Mobile got the young crowd. They are still around, but back in the day, their shtick was like hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, they would have like Ludacris in the commercials and be like, "Yo, you ain't on Boost Mobile, dog." You know what I mean? He'd be like,
didn't Joe Coy do a Boost commercial like a few years ago?
I don't know.
I believe
that makes like a lot of sense.
Boost, or one of those like prepaid kind of things. I remember seeing it. I'm like, hey, I'm not knocking the dude. Make your money however you can, but that was relatively recent. you know. But Boost is still around.
No,
Crazy.
I know they are. And then I remember when they came out with, because we were talking about how the nights and weekends we had to wait to call people.
Yeah.
And then, what I just drew a blank. I remember when they came out with the 5 friends. You could talk to them. That was the transition to everybody being unlimited.
Well, I mean, my first
started out with 5 friends.
Was 300 minutes. Like I said, it was 300 minutes, and I remember thinking, oh, that's way too many minutes.
Yeah.
And then by Tuesday, I was completely out of fucking minutes.
It's so funny compared to today, where we don't even talk on the phone anymore.
Right.
We have 0 minutes.
Yeah. When someone calls you, you're like, dude, what the fuck are
I'm
you
like,
doing?
why did you call me?
Don't call me. That's gross.
It's all about data and internet stuff now. Remember when you first got internet on your phone? You could look up stuff on there. That was crazy.
Well, here I am, but I did call you today. But because I was driving,
but we were
and
driving.
I was trying to be safe.
I was driving too.
I'll drive.
I yelled at you for calling me today.
I know.
I was on my way. I was on my way down here, and you called me, and because the radio is because usually I call through my radio, and it's not working right now, and so he's calling me, but I'm on the way to see him, and so I'm like, "What do you want, dude? I'm on my way to see you. I can't. I gotta hold the phone.
You gotta
while
get
I'm
that
talking
fixed,
to you."
bro. It's not safe.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can give you a ticket if they find out it's broken.
If what's
like,
broken?
how could they find out your radio's broken?
It doesn't. They can't get a ticket for a broken radio.
Well, I mean, if you're
You get a ticket for using a
if
using
it's
a
in your
phone
hand.
in your hand. That's what I had to do.
I'm like such an old man. My girlfriend is just horrible about that. She's like, she's doing videos
Oh
in
my
the
God.
car.
Oh my God.
I'm like, girl, stop. You're going to die or you're going to kill someone.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm fine. I'm like, but if you got caught doing it, well, she lives in Texas, but here, I mean, you get caught. That's like what, $200, $300 or something like that.
I think so.
All these
Something like
people think that it's fine if they do it because they know what they're doing. And
Yeah.
They're
They're
you
pros.
so don't know what you're doing. You're like actually really bad at it. Like everybody who thinks that like they're really good at it, like I watch you. You're really bad. But I'm good at it though.
I got a buddy of mine who was the worst sober driver ever.
Yeah.
But he was a way better drunk driver because he actually paid attention to the road.
Yeah. Because he's
Probably
like,
not the
bro,
best example.
don't talk to me right now. I
No,
know
he
there's-
would actually concentrate.
I
you
know there's
and-
guys out there that actually believe that though.
Yeah.
Like about themselves.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I'm better when I'm drunk.
Right,
'Cause
right,
I'm
right.
actually paying attention.
Yeah.
But you got Uber now, so you don't need to fucking
You
drive
don't have to
drunk
do it.
anymore.
It's so stupid.
It's. I mean, like I for what's it Christmas party at the Haha. I Uber. I mean, I live in Northridge. It was kind of far. It was a bit of much, but man, I had a great time. I didn't have to worry. I just Ubered there, Ubered back. Got
I
sloshed.
Ubered this Super Bowl to your house, and that was the day I said to myself, I'm done with Ubers. I absolutely hate taking Ubers.
Why?
I'm furious about it. I don't like the drivers.
I don't like the company because I mean I still do it
or
once in a while
Lyfting,
when I have
whatever.
to.
Lyft is way better if you're going to do it at all.
Yeah, Lyft treats their drivers a little bit better, but Uber's more popular.
Well,
here.
yeah, it is.
You get
But
more
I
rides.
just there's zero customer service. They have
Zero.
no boss. There's nobody to answer to. There's zero customer service. They don't give a fuck about you, bro.
But
they don't give a
But
fuck.
Uber doesn't give a fuck about drivers.
They play
So
horrible.
it's-
They play horrible music, or they're listening to their podcast, which just talks about like fucking or something like that.
They're
and
just
it's like,
they're trying to save their minutes. That's why. That's
What
why
do you mean?
That's why you can't call. It's a joke. That's why you can't call
Does it
Uber
call
customer
back?
service.
Does it call
Oh,
back?
yeah.
You combine two
Well,
different
all right,
decades there.
It's funny because I mean I just started doing Uber again recently because things are I'm a little behind here, but I have a hybrid now, so it's probably a little more cost effective.
Was that the new car that you got?
Yeah. I got the little C-Max hybrid there, and it's great. I love it so far.
I don't know what a C-Max is.
It's a hatchback.
Who makes it?
It's a Ford.
Oh, Ford.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And I get compliments on my music constantly because I do a mix of everything.
Why, do you drive?
Yeah, I drive. Yeah, I
Gotcha.
mean, because my career's on fucking fire,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
I mean, I was just talking about this.
But if you
to
put
a couple
good music
people.
on-
yeah. But
Listen,
I play everything. I play
there's-
something current. I play
Dude,
classics.
there's
I play
music
everything.
that when you walk into like a grocery store, you're like, I love this song. You never hear anybody complaining about the music in grocery stores.
No.
Even if you never heard of it,
It's
you
classic
don't.
stuff.
But if you never heard of the song, you don't listen to it. You don't pay attention. But if you hear a song you know, you're like, oh, I like it
I
in the
mean,
grocery store.
sometimes
but there's music dedicated that it's universally loved.
yeah.
And you can play it on an airplane.
Yeah.
It's appropriate for all ages. And then there's these guys that are just...
playing garbage, or even
garbage.
worse, stone silence. I've been in Ubers
I
where it's-
prefer it.
I know.
I
Well, I
prefer
mean,
it.
if that's the case, then I'll have my earbuds.
No,
in
my
and I'll put
problem
them
with
in.
Uber drivers is they all are terrible drivers. Like they're not professionals. I drive in Los Angeles, and everyone around me, 360 degrees around my car, is a bad driver. I can look anywhere and see a bad driver. And then what we've done is we've created something where I can get in their back seat, and I'm just done with it, dude. I'm all set. Like if
what are you gonna do now?
What am I gonna do? If I'm gonna get like
cab,
if I'm gonna get shit-faced drunk, then I'll take an Uber, and I'm not gonna go very far from my house. But if I
call the wife,
she's usually drunk with me.
Yes.
Yeah, we get drunk together.
I knew her like.
If I'm out that drunk, she's probably with me.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? Like, you know what's always worked for me? An hour or two before I know I'm gonna get going, I stop drinking. I just, like, I'm having a couple beers with my buddies.
Okay, no, but if you're shit-faced, a couple hours ain't
gonna if I'm shit-faced, I'm not going to drive. No. I'll call an Uber. But I just don't want to get in that situation again is what I'm saying. But if I do, of course I'll Uber. I'm just done with it. I'm just, I don't want to have to do it.
I'm just saying, on special occasions and stuff like that, it's pointless. Like, like people that drive drunk on like New Year's or things like that. I'm like, I mean, dude, just take an Uber.
Well, it's not even on New Year's. Everybody offers like free Ubers.
Yeah.
Like even a lot of tow services are just like, we'll drive you home.
I mean, you can't find a place that's reasonably close to where you live to go drink for New Year's or something like that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the other thing, though. If they made it a law that every ride-sharing driver had to blow that little thing to make their car start, Uber and Lyft would not last anymore.
Well, here's the thing.
Because the Uber drivers are also drinking.
I mean, there's all these horrible stories in this, here I turned this into a pro Uber podcast, but I mean, because I actually hate the company because they're fucking terrible and they treat the drivers like shit.
I'm not trying to shit on anybody that earns a living.
I know it's out of necessity, but the thing is, like, all this talk about, it's still today, people being assaulted by Uber drivers and things like that, where all these deviants and stuff like that.
By the way, I hope that right now somebody is an Uber driver listening to this podcast, and they're driving someone who's in the back seat also listening.
If you're listening, don't be a dick and tip.
And they're looking at the driver going like, you see? You shouldn't put your own shit
rider,
on.
if you're listening, tip. Because they don't make shit.
See, here's for me, I hate driving. So that's why I don't mind Uber. Like, as long as somebody else is driving, I'm happy. I remember when I was younger, driving. I used to love driving. As soon as I got my license, I wanted to drive everywhere. But now it's just like, ugh, I got to drive. I can't stand it.
I'm 50-50. Like, there's days I don't want to.
Because it's usually there's always something wrong with my car, and I'm just trying to I don't want to use my car right now because I don't want it to break down.
I love driving, dude.
There's this myth that or not myth, but like all these assaults or something like that, where all these deviants and stuff like that, and it's no higher percentage than taxi drivers that are weirdos or whatever like that. But one thing I always tell people that people don't realize is drivers get a background check, riders do not. So drivers actually have more to fear from their riders than the other way around. Because I have no idea who the fuck I'm picking up. I've picked up some people in some shady areas.
I've seen more passengers.
I've almost left. I saw the dude, and I'm totally profiling this scary area. He looks all really shady and shit. Yeah. I'm like, I mean, that thought pops in my head.
But I bet you it happens to him all the time. People cancel on him.
But he gets in the car and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, "All right, cool. All right, he spoke to me."
Yeah, that's what I do.
But no, the worst is when the people do this. When I talk about this all the time.
Give me all your customers.
People when they come to the car, it's open, no one in there, and they sit in the front seat. Oh, yeah. Don't fucking do that.
I heard that.
Don't
I
heard that.
You got to take this away a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Peek in sometimes.
Sorry. Don't do that.
Yeah, I've heard that they don't like it.
If the back seat's open, fucking use it.
That's what I do.
I know that some passengers have said that they go, "Oh, I don't like to feel like they're like they're chauffeuring me around."
Feel like a chauffeur.
And then I tell them, I heard that they don't like that when you sit up front with them. So it is true.
Well, I mean, if you are going to sit up front, speak, say stuff. Don't sit down and then stare at your phone.
Oh yeah,
because I think you're going through some checklist.
You might as well sit in the back.
You think you're going through some checklist like a serial killer, like get groceries, kill my Uber driver. I mean, just
Yeah,
Either
man.
if you're going to sit up front, converse.
Yeah.
If you're going to be...
I don't like talking to the driver, but
I don't really either.
I do get in the back and I go, hey, man, how are you? How's your day? And then I go, this is my go-to move. I go, have you been driving a while now, or did you just start working, is what I tell them.
That's a common question.
That's a common question. And they go like, oh, man, I've been driving for a couple hours tonight. And I'm like, yeah, busy tonight? Nah, okay, all right, man. And then I just mind my own business. And then when we get there, I go, well, you be safe out there, man. And that's my go-to.
I don't think that's
all I do.
I think that's everybody's conversation. That's not your go-to. That is what everybody does.
Everybody's go-to.
I mean, I don't even do that anymore. I just like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
You went overboard. Just say hi, acknowledge that I'm there.
Yeah,
whatever.
Because I hear them complain that people don't talk and they don't like it.
Well, one time I picked up a dude in the airport and I was taking him past at LAX, taking him past Long Beach, and it was really quiet for a few minutes, and then I shit you not, he breaks the silence with, "So Todd, what are your thoughts on Jesus?" I'm not kidding, and I was like,
no.
Oh fuck, because I'm like not religious at all.
Yeah,
I'm just teetering on atheism. I'm just barely hanging on by a hair, Yeah. And I was like, I go, well, I to be honest, I'm not a huge fan. But he was cool. He didn't freak out. He didn't
But that's
get
usually
all
what they
quiet.
do. They go like,
but
okay, all right.
This guy was actually super cool, and we just actually had a discussion about it. And I was like, yeah, I believe in a higher power. Yada yada. I just don't believe that he's walking on water, or the party animal turning water into wine, all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
But he was cool with it. He didn't get offended, because I was like, at that point I'm like in my car and I'll say whatever the hell I want. It's my car. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna tiptoe around this guy's religious beliefs.
Dude, I would have pulled over and said, "Get out right away."
I would have been like, the only time.
If he asked you, if you were me,
yeah.
If he asked me, I'd be like, the right now is the only time I believe in Jesus, because I would just want him to take me away from this conversation. Please, Jesus, take me away from this conversation.
And if I was the passenger, I think I would say to the driver, I'd just be like, dude, if you're gonna talk about that, you gotta let me out.
Oh, if I was the passenger and the driver did that to me, I would be like, we're not doing this, bro.
Yeah.
But
you were the driver.
I'm paying for this ride. We're not doing this.
I'm not an atheist. I'm Catholic. I am currently, I don't know what you call it, honoring Lent.
Okay.
Because I keep to some true Catholic traditions, but I'm also on the fence of like, I kind of believe whatever we were told it was a lie. That's kind of where I am, but I'm not an atheist by any means, but I am 100% against anybody that wants to tell me about their religion.
Yeah. I don't want to.
I am like 100% anybody that wants to ask me about what I think of Jesus.
I want to know why.
And I grew up with Jesus. I know Jesus. Jesus is me and Jesus
him?
go way back,
Is he on your
dude.
Facebook?
It's funny because
But I don't want to hear you talk about him. I don't want to talk about him with you.
they do it because they're trying to spread the word of Jesus. Like, bro, it's 2020. Everybody knows about him.
Yes.
Cool.
Everybody knows the dude.
My biggest
everybody knows
problem with that is people spreading the word, right? Like Kevin said. My biggest problem with that is that you're giving it a bad name.
Yeah.
You're annoying people with it.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I'm not going to like follow your religion or believe your God. You're hurting your like those guys that stand in the corners with those big signs and the microphones and read Bible verses and say, "You are sinners."
I just imagine Jesus going up and like, we don't do that.
You look like a crazy person.
You are.
You're represent like that's not how you should represent something.
I was back visiting my home. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I was back there just walking downtown. And it was by the Alamo. And some whack job with the Bible was shaking and yelling and saying that shit, And I just walked past him. I go, dude, you are not helping your position at all.
Yeah.
And then he pulled, started like, well, you're a sinner. You're a sinner. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go sin a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody sins.
Yeah.
Even people who are hardcore Jesus fans, they've done some sinny shit.
Especially them. Todd, you've been a comic for a while, haven't you?
17 years.
17
Way
years.
too long not to be famous.
Have you ever, a lot of comics did this, depending on, I guess, what state you started in. A lot
Texas.
of comics, I know, but a lot of comics barked. Did you do that?
My home club was in a mall in San Antonio, downtown San Antonio, Texas, the River Center Comedy Club. And we had to do, there was a Friday open mic.
Do you think it's common knowledge that I said bark? Do you think the audience knows what I'm saying?
I was just about to ask you, what does bark mean? Yeah, you just twist that the other way until it's like really.
When comics for stage time.
You have to go outside and you have to bring people into the show
by passing out flyers or tickets.
Okay.
So
hey
we
guys, we got to step
right
in a
mall. So we were in a mall, and so we would have to go do this. And it's a pretty funny story because we weren't allowed to do that because they were the mall security would get called because we were supposedly soliciting, but the show was free. So we're not soliciting. We're not selling anything. So one time I was soliciting or I was barking, and they took me to mall jail. They took me to this guy.
A little folding chair in the back.
They took me back to this room, and this dude, the head security guard, was the size of this table. Just fucking huge, Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker. And he's like, you can't solicit. And then so I'm like, I was like 3 or 4 years in being a total smart ass. I was like, well, I'm not soliciting. Yes, you are. We're not selling anything. The show's free. Whatever. You just can't do what you're doing. And he's like, just whatever. You can't do that. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so then quit calling it soliciting.
Yeah.
But then we just kept doing it. But we would just see, because they always had like these like big, huge, flat hats.
Yeah.
So they would come, we'd see them coming, and we
like
would just
those park ranger hats.
Yeah, in the mall. So we would just
like
run
those
away.
Smokey the Bear hats. Like people just got it the first time, and
exactly. They were gray. You could see them coming a mile away. So we'd be like, "Hey guys, free show!" Oh shit, Popo's coming. And so we'd just go. We'd go run up there, because they weren't actually catching us in the middle of barking.
Would people come out though? Would people come to the show? So what was the deal? Were you paid per person that came?
No pay.
Or it was just for the stage time?
Just get an audience. And we want an audience. So
how long would you have to do that before the show started?
We would bark for like an hour before.
You just go around the mall.
So Fridays open mic was like 5:30, so we don't get there like 4:30, like 4:30.
Was your go-to move to just kind of like go up to tables of people eating lunch and leave a couple tickets and not say anything, or did you have to say something?
We didn't do tickets. We just word of mouth, like, "Hey guys, we're going to do a free show up here, on the third floor."
Would anybody ever go, tell us a joke, or how are you going to get us to come in?
Yeah. Sure.
Would you feel like you had to be entertaining or funny?
Back then, I would tell a joke because I was like an idiot.
You're new,
and I was new, and I was like that little minstrel monkey. Like,
but would you give them like a little sample?
Yeah, I would do something stupid.
Or you would just, at the very least, seem entertaining and likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You'd lay on the charm.
Would you say that you dropped a joke that got a laugh?
Very rarely. If they didn't laugh, you'd be like, well, that's the free one.
But you were charming. It's not like you were just doing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, back then, you
profanities
had to no, I mean, I was never a clean comic, and
Here's my point. If a lunatic came up to you at the mall.
Yes.
With this.
He's already answering yes.
With like, a little speaker. Or let's say he didn't even have a speaker, or he's holding a giant sign going like, "Comedy show is free. You better go, or you're gonna fucking, lose out." Like, would you go?
With that sales technique?
Yeah.
No.
Of course not.
Of course not. So, the callback to the religion.
I'm talking about the religion thing. That's why I asked you
about it.
But
if the comedy show goes to hell, you're not actually going to go to hell.
You just Miyagi'd me there.
Well, no, that's great reference. No, I just think that, that's the wrong way to sell something.
Exactly.
Like nobody's going to join your thing.
Yeah.
They're not going to join you.
No. I mean, of course not. If you're like a raging lunatic like that, of course not. And now we were talking about religion, and then of course on the phone call on the way here, he's like, "No politics," but we can talk about religion.
I feel like
we can talk about religion.
Like those guys are not doing it to break through to people.
Yeah.
It feels like those people, they're just doing it for the "I told you so" because they want the fucking ravage to happen. Just they
want the rapture.
Like, I told you.
It's the same people,
fans of chaos.
It's the same people that are like doomsday preppers. Like they want it to
What's
happen
wrong with them?
just so they can say that they were right.
Not even. It's just so their money that they spent into doomsday prepping pays off.
Yeah, but that's what I meant though. Like they can go back, see, I told you so. Yeah. Because look, I'm the one with the bunker. And I actually talk about this on stage. Like why would you want to survive through that? Like, haven't you seen like Mad Max and all these like post-apocalyptic movies? Like, why would you want to survive? Like a life post Netflix and Uber and like the general.
That's a good point.
Why the fuck not? So you don't have to pay rent.
Hold on, let's take a time out real quick before we continue. Everybody, pull your mics away a little bit, or turn them down. It's super. You're fine. It's super loud. I don't want the audience to turn their
But to touch on that real quick.
But I think that's a great idea for a bit. Sorry, Kev, go ahead.
When my parents were out here last week, they were staying in Santa Monica, right? And we were walking the 3rd Street Promenade, and my mom's super religious, and there was one of those guys with the big sign, and he had the speakers like repent and all that stuff, and she's super religious. She was just like, no thanks. She's like walked like right by him. It was so funny.
So the sign.
That's too far away.
Does it?
Okay.
We gotta find a happy medium with you, Todd.
Sorry.
You can keep it there, just don't yell. Okay,
so
cool.
the sign. Wait. So the sign guy freaked your religious mother out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just like no, it's like
That's really.
But your mom's not like pray the rosary religious.
No.
She's just I believe in God and I believe in goodness and
she yells at me to go to church all the time.
Does she go to church?
Yes.
Is your dad?
No.
Really?
No.
Does she take the grandkids?
She's like, what is she? She's like, no, because I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
And I think she's
probably
not
were,
Protestant.
Too. What?
Catholic?
No.
No, you're not Irish?
No, I'm German, buddy.
Oh, okay.
German.
Yeah,
Protestant.
She's not Catholic. What the fuck? Once they start breaking, it's all the same shit. I've been to all the churches. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
But my dad stopped ever since it started getting widespread. He stopped going. He was so mad.
Dude, Dad's everywhere. We're just waiting for an excuse anyway not to go to church.
No, because he would make us. He would make us go.
Yeah.
He was mad He was so mad at the church for all that stuff.
Did he stop making you guys go?
Yeah.
He stopped making the kids go?
Well, he didn't stop it. I mean, the thing is, we never wanted to go. He would always just wake us up early on a Sunday.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So he stopped waking you up.
Yeah. But we used to go.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
Okay.
He stopped
going. He didn't stop us from going, but we never wanted to go anyway.
Okay, just hold on.
Okay.
He said, but did he ever say to you guys, you don't have to go if you don't want to?
No.
But you weren't really forced to go either.
Well, when we were kids, we had to go. It's like, wake up, we're going to church, and that was the thing. When you're a kid, you do what your parents say.
But then when he stopped, was it kind of like an unspoken thing that like Dad doesn't go, so I don't really have to, but I want to?
It was at the point where I was an adult, and I didn't. We all had our own things going on. We never really went. I'm talking about when I was in like grade school and shit.
Yeah.
But then like when I became like a teenager, we didn't have to go anymore because like my dad was getting pissed off at the church for that stuff, and so we would only go on holidays, and now we don't even go on holidays anymore.
Okay.
When's the last time you went to church, Augustino?
Man, I couldn't tell you. Actually, I could tell you. My uncle's funeral.
That doesn't count.
Like
church
late last year. Count. Yeah. And weddings don't count either?
No.
Okay.
Like church, like Sunday
morning. Yeah, but a Catholic wedding,
yours.
Bro, and a Catholic funeral, you still take communion and go and get the sermon.
What's really weird about my family dynamic is we weren't raised religious at all. At all. You know, my father died when I was really young, like 10 years old. So my mom was the bread earner. She was a ER nurse, always worked nights. By 11 years old, I was taking care of myself. Doing my own laundry, making my own lunch, shit like that, because my mom worked all day and then worked all night, slept all day. So now, here we are to present day, my 2 brothers and my sister are all real religious.
Are they really?
No idea where it came from. I'm like...
Did they marry into it, you think?
Well, my oldest brother did, because he's on his 3rd marriage.
Okay.
And she's super religious, and you can't fuck up your 3rd marriage.
Yeah.
So it's a law. So she's like, we're going to church, and you're going to become religious. Okay. And he's like, okay, I guess I'm going to. And then he get really rubbed off on him, because the last time I saw him, like I was doing a comedy run, and he lives in Arkansas. And for Christmas, he gave me a book that's like deciphers the Bible.
Uh-huh.
And I'm blunt. I go, bro, I'm not gonna read this.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, give it a try. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. Why? I go, I'll gift it to somebody else, but I'm not ever gonna read this. So
yeah.
I mean, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm not ever gonna read this.
My dad really pushes it on people, and it really bothers me.
Your dad does?
Yeah.
Every year for like maybe 5 or 6 years, my mom would give me a Bible for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
Every year?
It was like that. It was like, it's just like, here you go. Because I'm like, did you know I just like lost the last one?
You're like, Mom, I'd rather have socks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, she gets worried. She's like, I want your soul to be safe. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay.
So at my uncle's funeral, which was, I think in November, right? This last November, my uncle's funeral.
I'm sorry about your uncle, buddy.
No, it's all right. I mean, he was an older guy. He was a good dude, though. But the point of the story is that my dad, who already kind of like overloads with the religious stuff, and to the point of like you're turning people away. He's on the verge of like
preaching.
You're turning people away. He doesn't really do it to public as much as just family, which is let's just keep it with that, I guess. But at my uncle's funeral, my dad gave me a Bible, and it was my uncle's Bible, and he said, "I wanted to give this to you. This was your uncle's, who had just passed away." So I guess it was fine. But he had a lot of them, and my dad was giving them out to everybody.
Oh, so it wasn't special.
It wasn't special, and I'm like, "Why are you doing this?" And my dad goes, he found out my uncle was fought in Vietnam War, okay? So he was a older guy working at the VA hospital. He volunteered his time. He lived there at one point, and then eventually he moved out, but still worked there. He would go and cut the guys' hair that were in the military, older guys, the VA hospital. He would cut their hair. He was a barber. And then apparently I didn't know this, but in the last few years of his life, he would go hand them Bibles. He would go out and give them Bibles. So my dad said this was his thing. He liked giving Bibles to people. So I'm going to give you a Bible. You should read it and then pass it along and keep his thing going, which is what my dad told me to do, which is annoyed the shit out of me. But, I mean, his heart is in a good place.
Yeah.
And I look at the Bible, and it's only the Second Testament.
Second Testament.
What happened to the first, bro?
It was only the Second Testament of the Bible. And so then I went.
I'm confused. Like, you mean like the first... Well, the First Testament and there's the Second Testament.
Yes.
Like the First Testament's the one where it's like totally fucked up, like beat your women and own your slaves and all that shit. And the Second Amendment is like, or the Second Testament, or the New
You
Testament.
said amendment.
Wait, amendment. Wait, do you mean the New Testament and the Old Testament? I'm confused.
New and old. So yes,
Okay,
first and
so
second.
You had the old. You had the old one.
So he gave me the new one.
Okay, the new the rewrite,
which is part
I
2.
call it the rewrite.
Yeah,
where it's
the
like
rewrite.
So he gave me the New
like
Testament.
The old one was like, dude, this is way too fucked up. We got to rewrite this shit.
Well, the Old Testament is like, God created the earth, and then
Yeah.
the New Testament is like after Jesus and stuff, right? So so my dad gave it to me, and he's like, go give it to somebody else. And I was just like, okay. I'm like, I'm going to give it to a Jewish guy and be like, dude, it's part 2.
The sequel.
Yeah, it's the sequel.
It's so funny because my dad, like, he would make us go all the time, but, like, the logic behind the stuff that he would hear would drive him crazy. One time he was just laughing. He's trying to tell me, he goes, here's what I don't understand. Adam and Eve were the first 2 people created, and they had 2 kids, Cain and Abel, and they ended up being fucking assholes, and he casted them out to go live with other people. Who the fuck are these other people if they were the first ones?
Yeah.
Like, he was telling, it was just funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid point, and a lot of people ask themselves. When I was a little kid, I already asked myself questions like that. When I was a little kid, bro, I questioned it, but we weren't really allowed to question it. But in my head, I would question it. In my head, I would be like, I would be like, well, what about those other religions? Does that mean they're all going to hell? I'm like, so didn't God create everybody? So he hates them because they chose the religion that's not this one? It's just...
What made me really question was the story of Noah with the whole 2x2 everything on a boat. I'm like, that's fucking impossible. You can't... I don't mean...
Well, about the Bible is impossible.
I mean, there's so much. I mean, there were like evidence of like huge floods back then, and okay, so there's always a little bit of truth to every story.
Yeah. There's even an ark. Did you know that? There is an ark. Like they know where it is.
You mean the one they made recently?
Yeah. No.
The one that's in
like the ark.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I heard that they thought where it was, and it was like on top of a mountain.
I thought that was debunked.
No. There's Noah's Ark, bro. It's out there.
Where is it? You say it's out there.
Go Google it. You could see a picture of it. It's like the last couple of years of recent news.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, it ain't on CNN. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't watch CNN.
Yeah, I don't know why we were talking about religion and stuff, but this is it's just, I don't know. Oh, what I was gonna tell you. This is what I was gonna say.
We went from free nights and weekends to religion.
I know. We're talking about cell phones and shit and VCRs. No, this is what I was going to tell you is that yesterday I almost didn't do Lent. Like, that's how close I am to the whole thing.
What'd you give up?
I gave up beer and bread.
Again.
Beer and
boring.
Bread.
Give up something
wait,
new.
First of all, beer is bread. So you
kind
really
of,
just kind of, just double down.
So I can't have either of those. But yesterday I was almost going to, like, not do it. I was like 50-50. I was like, maybe I'm just not going to do it this year. It would be the first year ever
that you didn't do
that
it?
I didn't do it. And I just thought, like, maybe this is it. Maybe I'm kind of done with it. Maybe I'm not, like, so much connecting with being a Catholic anymore, and, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, like I said, this is such a mystery to me that how all my siblings over the last 15 years or so. Like I love my sister. Me and her get along the best. My two brothers. I just started talking to my brother. My middle brother. I'm the youngest. Him, and then my oldest. I just started talking to him again over a 2-year silence because we just don't get along at all. He's super conservative, and I'm reasonable. So
sounds like you guys need a little Jesus.
But we just reconciled, started talking again. But because my girlfriend lives in San Antonio, so we go back and my sister's house is like neutral territory. So we met up again for the first time, and for Christmas Eve, and I just all right, strict no politics.
Yeah,
no politics because we're never going to agree.
Like this podcast.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yes. On the phone, he's like, "Don't talk politics." Yeah. Well, fine, but so it was fine. It was like 4 hours of good. We got along good, and then the liquor started kicking in, and then I can feel the
politics coming out.
I can feel it. I could almost. It was It was just like about to come crashing down, and so because my girlfriend's pretty. Yeah, she's like me. Left. Not like insane. I don't think extremes are good on either end.
I think that I agree with you on that. I think that Bill Burr put it best. I don't know if you ever saw that interview. I think he was on a late night show, and they asked him, by the way, you're a dick if you ask anybody that question on your late night show because you're setting him up for failure.
Yeah. You're gonna ruin
but
half
he
the audience.
had the perfect answer, and they asked him, and he said, he was like, I always thought I was a liberal
until I moved to LA.
He goes, until I moved to LA, and he was just like, and they're liberal out here. And
I
was
say that, and I always give Bill Burr credit for it.
And he was like, so I'm just like in the middle. I'm just like, I thought I was a liberal, but I'm not freaking insane like some of them. So I'm just
I was saying that, I didn't realize Bill Burr had said it, and I was saying it, and then I saw that interview. It was like, was it Kimmel or something?
I feel like it was Kimmel.
And he said it. I was like, holy shit, I've been saying that for since I moved here.
Yeah.
I thought I was, in Texas, I was
a liberal.
Super liberal. I was Texas liberal.
Right.
It's so funny.
Then I moved there, and I'm like, I moved here, and I was like, I was here a week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, you're crazy.
What the politics right now is like your dog when he's not supposed to be on the couch and he's slowly starting to make his way on the couch. Like, all right, just get up here.
Just get up here. And libertarian means something that I feel like a lot of liberals today are not even what that is.
Libertarians are Republicans that smoke weed.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're not. They're like, they pretend that they're like the reasonable conservative people. They're not. If you go down the checklist, they're all this. They agree a lot with. They definitely lean right.
Okay, all right. Everybody's leaning. Just fucking stand straight, motherfucker.
Not only that, just don't put me in a fucking box.
I hate being in a box.
Don't put me in a box.
I think
that's my thing.
I think most comedians are the most we're the
neutral.
We're the barometers of bullshit,
and that's our job.
Yeah, that's our job. I think most of us lean somewhat left, but we're never like woo.
I guess it depends on what state you're in, though. Can I tell you
true.
something? The majority of the comedians I know lean right.
Really?
To be honest with you.
I won't have you name names.
I won't name names. And you know why you don't know that?
They don't talk about it. I get it.
Because they don't talk about it.
Because
they're not allowed to talk about it with people that lean left.
I don't talk about it on stage. Even I don't.
Well, that's it. Like you said, most comedians kind of just stay general, middle, because that's our job is to take both sides and make them
laugh,
make them whole, make them
bring them together,
relate. Like, hey guys, we're all the same.
Yeah,
you guys are the libertarians. You are.
Yeah.
No, because I do mostly Southwest. I do Arizona, Texas, Arkansas, Colorado. I mean, that area right there.
I love it.
And so I don't really do politics much, but I mean, I will do a Trump joke once in a while, but I don't make fun of his politics. I just make fun of him personally. And I try to make that a point. And I did Trump joke in Arizona of all places.
Wait, did you say you make fun of his politics, but not him personally?
No, him.
You make fun of him, not the politics.
Yeah.
See, that's what I like.
Yeah, I don't.
Because there's plenty to make fun of about him.
Because he's a public figure.
Him.
Yeah.
Him as the person that he is.
Yeah. I mean, people were doing jokes about him before he was the president, or even knew he was running.
Was it Tom Simmons had a post on Facebook, and he was doing a cruise, and like the comic ahead of him just made a joke about Trump's hair, and he made a post about how the whole crowd turned on this guy and like.
Well, that's silly. He has funny hair.
Shut down and everything like that. Like, but you insulted their Messiah. So, I'm like, come on, people. I mean, he's not like. He wasn't like going into the whole like conservatives or liberals and stuff. He was making fun of this guy's
How dare
hair.
you talk about Trump's hair? Didn't I tell you no politics?
I snuck it in there.
Carmine's getting on the couch, dude. Your dog's getting on the couch.
It's just his
Your dog's name
hair.
is Carmine?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a great name for
Thank
a
you.
dog.
He leans left, right. He licks his balls, whatever. He doesn't even have balls. He still licks them. He's a fucking guy. You got to meet him.
He should be here with us.
Oh, man, we would never get to record.
I see you snapping some pictures. What kind of camera you got?
I have myself. This is the Canon RP.
Okay, nice.
It's the new this mirrorless line that Canon's trying out. It's the of course the cheapest one. But yeah, so this is my
Snapping a couple. Todd's been snapping a couple pictures while we were talking here.
Got some cool. The lighting here is amazing.
Is it really,
way, guys? Yeah,
good?
You guys,
good.
I make fun of it all the time.
Get some shots of Kevin.
Oh, I got some shots of him.
Oh, you did?
Some shots of you. Yeah, I'm sneaky.
Speaking of,
did you get any shots of you?
I'm the photo assassin.
Let me take a picture of you.
Well, shit. Let me put it on.
Turn it on, bro.
Let me put it on fucking.
What do you
right now
mainly do photography or videography?
Right now, hold on a second. Right now, I'm every audience member that thinks they can do comedy.
Exactly.
Give me that camera. I could be a photographer.
It's so funny that I used to think when I first got into this, like, yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not that much of a skill until I hand my camera to somebody and has them to take a photo, and I get back total shit. Total shit. It is a skill, and you do need to know what you're doing.
Oh, believe me, I've had bad photographers.
Here you go. That's my baby.
I like Canon though. I have a T5i. And we have a Lumix GH4.
That's the button, but you have to
hold it.
This is the focus button right here. Right here. You have to hit that.
To focus in and out?
To focus me. That's a prime lens, so there's not going to go in and out.
What, the AF on?
Yeah. Hit that, and then it should focus on my face, and then hit the button. All right, let's see what you got.
Hold on. I'm not done. Don't judge me on my first try. It's my first open mic, bro.
Oh, shit. Let's see what
you look really uncomfortable.
Well, because
you're holding his camera.
Yeah, no shit. And I'm used to be behind the camera.
Hold on, this is not focused. There we go.
There you go. It's on Face Detect, so it should get it. Let's see what you got.
That last one was gonna suck. It was a good frame, but
let's see what you got here. Okay, let's see here. Every single one of these is out of focus.
Pretty much.
Every single one.
Hit the focus button, bro. Blame the camera.
That's why I do manual focus. I always do manual.
What, are you going to show me a comparison? All right, I get it. I suck.
I didn't say you suck.
Todd,
You're just under the gun right now.
Todd had a brilliant idea, which I thought. I woke up one morning. This is 100% the truth, Todd. I woke up one morning and I looked on Facebook, which I don't normally do. Yeah, it's a good one. Where's the one I did? Look at this guy. Like, making fun of me. Whoa. That was like worse than I thought.
Anyway, what was the good idea that I had?
Okay, so I woke up one morning and I go on Facebook and I see that Todd, who I know takes pictures. He's a photographer. You work the drone. You do all that shit, bro. And I know that you've been doing headshots for comics and, making, which is great because you make a buck and comics need headshots and it's outrageously expensive. So you're helping them out.
I give comics a flat rate.
So I know you take great pictures and dude, you had a great idea. You start putting some of your pictures on t-shirts.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking awesome. He's wearing one right now.
Oh, nice. You took that?
Yes, sir.
That's
the
one
Santa Monica?
This is the Santa Monica Pier.
Oh, nice.
Underneath the Santa Monica Pier.
It was underneath the Santa Monica Pier.
Under the boardwalk.
Dude, that's the one I got that one.
Yeah, that and you got the rose.
And I got the rose.
That's cool.
He took a picture of just like a rose And
it looks really cool, actually.
It looks really cool, but on a T-shirt, I was like, you advertised it in white, and I'm like, that rose is dope, but does it come in other colors? And it came in black. I'm like, bro, I gotta get that rose. It's just cool. Like, I just think it's a cool idea. So, photography is art. When you're great at it, and or you have an eye for it, or you see beauty in something, you take a picture of it. I mean, you can have a gallery. I mean, you could have people come, I want to see this guy's pictures, not only because he's good at taking pictures, but because also what did he see that he thought this would be a good picture.
It's not just the technical side of it, it's the composition, like how frame it, and like
there's the technical side. You actually have to be talented at it, like as we should actually post.
Takes a lot of
we should actually post the picture I did and the picture you just did and show the difference.
Kevin, you got some camera experience. Let's have
Kevin will be fine with it.
Let's have Kevin do one.
Kevin will be fine with it.
This is the focus button. It's on.
So you take
back button focus.
So it's the technical side. It's the talent side. It's actually knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And being good at it and being able to take a good focus photo. But then it's like what to photo and what's going to be a good photo. And this is what I particularly want to photo. So how can I make it be anything? So I think it's brilliant that you put it on T-shirts.
Yeah.
Because
I thought so. I mean,
dude, it's a unique T-shirt.
Yeah, it's. I call it wearable art.
Yeah.
But I like it, but it's not taking off as well as I'd hoped. But then again, I need some more money for marketing, which is that's where you got to get like influencers. Like,
I mean, it never takes off the way that you hope.
Dutch angle. I'm a Dutch angle kind of guy. I like that sometimes.
I think I've probably spent more money buying my own T-shirts than I've made on selling the T-shirts for the podcast. You know what I mean? Like I go like, well, here's my new thing is like I like to shop. I've always liked to buy clothes, right? Obviously, Kevin's red jacket. I just like buying clothes, and I'll go online a lot. I love American Eagle. I love fucking Express. I like the way their clothes fit on me, and they have good styles and stuff. And then I started realizing that I spend a lot of money on stuff that has somebody else's brand on it. Mm-hmm. And I just go like, well, I need a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like the other day I went like, I want a gray hoodie. You know what I mean? I used to have a gray hoodie. I used to wear it around the house. I don't know what happened to it. So now I need to buy a gray hoodie. I was about to go buy one from American Eagle. And I go like, man, fuck that. I sell hoodies. And I fucking go like, if I'm going to walk around with something, I'm going to fucking brand my own shit.
Yeah.
So I just started like, I think I've spent more money than like my podcast listeners have.
On your own stuff?
On my own stuff.
Why not?
But I was going to spend the money anyway. So like half of it goes into my own account, which goes to PayPal. Then the other half goes to them, but then they send me a T-shirt. It's like I'm getting half off my own shit. It's free marketing.
I've gotten like 2 samples so far. My zipper's been down.
Oh, that's okay.
Hello. But I've got like 2 or 3 more prototypes that I made, so I'm gonna have those. But I generally like these types of T-shirts. Is why I started doing it. I like,
and I think that's a good call.
T-shirts with pictures on it.
Well, how do you get your T-shirts made? Where do you go?
Was it Printify?
Printify?
It's on. You do the Printify, then Shopify is the actual storefront.
Okay.
And then
you have to do in bulk or just by order?
It's
as you order.
It's drop shipping,
like ours.
Drop shipping, yeah. It's drop shipping, which is your cost. Your cost is higher, but you don't have to carry an inventory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know. But
so the way I do it, so mine is Teespring. So the way it is that like
Teespring,
Teespring.
I'm looking. I mean, I'm gonna try different.
I was almost thinking I'm gonna try yours because I like the quality.
Yeah, this is good. It's middle of the road. It's not like it's not gross.
Mine is giving me like I can't do a hat unless I unlock a certain amount of like sales. They won't let me do hats.
Oh, you know what? I've heard of that.
Yeah. I mean, but the quality's good. But I mean, so is it the same? So basically, I don't buy anything. I don't spend any money out of my own pocket. We create design. You put it for sale. When someone buys it, you get your portion, and then they get theirs.
Now, when you go on the road, do you have a shirt you bring with you?
I used to, but I'm sold out. I don't want to order anymore because I don't want to do it anymore.
Because I tell all comics this: a T-shirt from a comedy show is an impulse buy. You gotta have it with you there. You can't say, "Hey, go to my site and buy it later."
Yes, they will not.
They will not buy it. Like I have a joke. It's called Beer Cock, and it's a picture of a guy of a rooster drinking a beer, and it's the whole it's my whole closing joke. That T-shirt sells like crazy, but I'll run out, or I won't have the size, and then I'll be like, do you have it online? I'm like, nope. So buy a large.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, buy the one I have because this is it.
Yeah.
Because if I offered them the opportunity to buy it online, they go home and they'll never buy it. You'll never get that money.
Do you think that we can do something like this? Because they do it for CDs. You know, comics sell their albums.
Do people really do CDs anymore?
Well, no. This is what they do now.
If you're famous, if you're big.
This is what I was going to tell you. This is what they do now.
Yeah.
You bring there's cards that you can buy, the download cards.
Yeah.
And so you sell the card.
Yeah.
And all they have to do is like scan it with their phone, and it'll download the album from iTunes. So it's like basically a free coupon from iTunes.
Remember when you didn't have a choice and you already had a U2 album downloaded to your phone?
Yeah, dude, I remember they did. No, but my question is,
I was burning my own CD.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to do that with T-shirts? Can we bring a card to sell on the road?
That's a great idea.
So you bring in like a couple T-shirts, and you show them what it looks like, and you just go like, "Here's the
Actually,
card."
now that I think about it,
and then once they bought the card, and then once maybe the card has like a code, like a gift card.
Now that I
That's
think
a good
about it,
that's actually one of your really good ideas.
I actually got one.
You got a good idea.
Actually, because with Printify, which I use, is you can get a discount code.
Yeah,
You can make your own code. So I assume
I could too.
You could make a code
that's free.
that's worth $20-something or whatever.
like a gift card.
Like they give you $20, you give them the code.
Yeah,
Because you can make a code. That's a great idea.
but then it's got to get shipped to them.
Yeah, but they'll wait. But I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going on the road in April. I'm doing like all the loony bins in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and all that shit. I'm gonna bring some with me, but I'm gonna try that actually. If I run out, maybe I'll keep one as a display for the stage. But then say, $20, you get this code,
and you don't have to check like a whole new bag.
Yeah.
When you fly.
Well, I'm driving because I'm going to 4 different clubs. So I mean,
you're gonna sell these shirts on the road?
No, I'm gonna show
You sell your comedy stuff. Okay.
But that's a great idea, though. I could actually
Why
do
won't
a
they
code.
do that?
Well, no, I mean you can.
I just wonder if people are
they
gonna get
offer you,
annoyed.
like, say, if you want to sell something on Shopify or whatever, you can go to whoever prints your shirts and you can create your own discount code.
I
like
have had
$5, like free shipping, $5.
I have had people on the road that wanted to buy a shirt and I ran out of their size or something like that, and they just go like, well, do you have a website? And I just been like, yeah, and then like you said, they never do it. So you should just sell.
But
like
if you have
a
a code, let's see. What I'm going to say is I'm going to have like this inventory with me, but say because I got 4 weeks of clubs, I don't like overstocking because then no one wants to come home with
boxes
of
shirts.
So I mean, I usually do like 100 shirts, and my guy here, I mean. He'll charge. If I do 100, he'll charge me like $5.25 a shirt. I'll sell it for $20. Yes, that's that much markup in T-shirts, people. Because guess what? Comedy clubs don't pay shit these days. So and whenever I talk to comics,
but you know what? We got these places that make us get the shirts from make us buy it in bulk. So we're dropping like hundreds. At once.
I'm going to be dropping $550.
So we're going to make it back over a course of time.
And you still got to take the time, like lugging it around.
Yeah.
If you're flying, you got to put that shit on an airplane.
I just did my taxes today, and I just saw how much I last spent on my last shirt order for the road, and it was and I wrote it off, by the way.
You better.
I bet your ass I wrote it off. I spent $280 for I forget how many shirts it was. I think it's 50 shirts, which is actually not that bad.
200. That's it.
Yeah. But it's just black and white.
Yeah, that's mine.
Well, you should talk to my guy.
I keep my shirts simple.
Yeah, it's like $280, and I get like mostly larges and extra larges, and then I get a couple mediums.
It's
smalls.
America. Whenever that one person comes up, do you have mediums? Get the fuck out of here. It's America.
Yeah.
And especially where I'm going.
Here's a large, it'll shrink.
This is Oklahoma, dude. There's no mediums.
It's so funny. Most of the people that want mediums are actually large. They just think that they look better in mediums, but they don't. They look like they should be wearing a large.
I know so many guys that go, I'm a medium. I go, no, you're not.
This is a medium. I like medium because I have very narrow
No, you're
shoulders.
a medium.
I have very narrow shoulders. If I order a large, I hate it when the seam of the T-shirt's like hanging by my tricep.
Yeah.
Because I've got no shoulders.
No,
so I got to order a medium.
But that is something to look into, is doing the cards.
That's a great idea. Like just a code that's worth $20-something or whatever. I mean,
have you had much luck with the art on the T-shirts?
No, like I said, though, it's such a different animal.
But who's buying it though?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that niche. I've actually, my girlfriend started talking me into it. I just dropped like 4 like funny T-shirts today.
Okay.
Just funny sayings, because those are a bigger niche. Because everyone likes a funny T-shirt. You're standing in the airport and you're wearing a funny T-shirt, and people come up and read it. And people love that.
Yeah.
So I made up like 4 today. I haven't done any marketing on them yet, but
dude, I've
talked to some like what they call micro influencers. You can't go to the big influencers because those fuckers charge like $500 a post. But like these micro ones that are like under 10,000 followers or something like that, they might charge you like $75 or $100 a post or something like that. But what I'm also doing is I'm going to get a bunch of these prototypes made, ship them to all my friends, and have them. They get a free T-shirt and they make a video. Yeah. Just saying, hey, check out my buddy's shirt. So then
well, you owe me one. I fucking bought 2 already, you motherfucker.
I'm not going to give you a funny T-shirt.
No.
You're like, I don't want funny T-shirts.
I like the art ones. No, but dude, I mean, I went to fucking Amoeba today, and I told myself that I'm not going to spend a lot of money today because I go in there and I drop money, bro.
I do the same thing at Walmart.
Like, I went into Amoeba, and by the way, they have free parking at Amoeba Music. Ooh. You know that, right?
Oh, the one in Hollywood?
Yeah. They have a free, huge underground parking. I have to. Yeah, I park at the meter. You know why? Because if I don't have to go put change in the meter, I'll stay in that store for fucking like 5 hours.
Well, then stay in there for 5 hours.
I can't, dude.
Short, dude.
I can't, dude. I spend like way too much money. I got places to be, and I could just get lost in there. Anyway, the point of the story is, I was proud of myself. I fought the urge to buy so many T-shirts today at Amoeba. I just didn't. I got a couple VHS tapes.
I love, if I see cool vintage T-shirts,
I love it.
You better get me.
That's why I told you. I woke up that morning and I saw that you were putting your photography on T-shirts. I go, that's brilliant. No one else is gonna have that shirt. Well, I mean, unless they bought it from you.
Everyone says that, but it's like it's really been tough trying to get like it to gain momentum. I mean, I'm not giving up. But
can I tell you something? Tough. If I was walking around, where do people walk around? Rodeo Drive, Melrose. Not even like a fancy part, like a little shitty store on Melrose or something like that. If I was walking around and I saw your shirts that you were selling sitting there folded out on like that, I'd buy them. And if I didn't know who you were, I'd buy them. But the fact that
means I would have to be there and doing
but the fact that you're like
fucking horrific.
You're like online going like, look what I did with my art. I put it on shirts. I feel like you're only gonna get friends and family.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but there's people that are finding ways and they're making thousands and thousands of dollars.
Have you ever talked to Dante Chang?
I know him, but I mean,
you're not boys with him.
Well, we're friendly. I can't say that we're like.
He's got a little store on Melrose. You should. He only has like unique shit. You should be like, hey, dude, do you want to like?
You.
What?
Since you're buddies with him, why don't you show him my shit? And
I will.
Do that.
I'll wear it. I'll put on the shirt and I'll fucking go to his house and ring the doorbell.
Show him.
No, but I think that would be a great idea. If anything, if he doesn't want to buy them, then just go like, well, can you put them in your store, and when you sell them, let's split it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to him about that?
Because I don't know him that well.
Doesn't he go to the haha like all the time?
I haven't seen him in months.
Really?
I haven't been in my haha a lot lately. I've just been super busy doing other shit.
Okay. Well, I think that's an idea, bro.
Okay. Well, you set it up.
Also, maybe even go to all those stores, hit the fucking pavement, dude, and be like, "You guys want these T-shirts?" Because they're good-looking T-shirts, bro. It's fucking awesome art. Like the one that you're wearing underneath the fucking Santa Monica Pier. You went black and white with it. You could have gone color. The rose one, you went color. I thought one was perfect in color, and I thought one was perfect in black and white. You got an eye for this shit, bro. If I see T-shirts like that, back in the day, me and Vinny O'Shaughnessy used to go to the mall all the time. Not to the stores that you've heard of, to the stores that you never heard of. And we would walk in, ask him, dude. He probably still does it. He had a great eye for picking out shirts like that. He'd be like, dude, that's a really cool. Like, who would think to put that on a shirt? It's cool. And dude, I'm fucking telling you, bro. Like, if you put those in stores...
Actually, it's funny about Vinny. I was actually going to hit him up and have him do a video. Like, give him a free shirt.
Yeah.
Give a video.
Have him throw one of those on, even the art ones, dude. But anyway, dude, I think it's a great idea. I wish you the best of luck with it. I mean, either way, it's just something on the side. You're still going to do comedy. You're still going to be doing your photography. Yeah. You're still going to be acting. It's just fun, the art that you put on the side. If you make money from it, you make money from it.
Because there's one thing you have to, in this town, you have to have multiple sources of income in LA, or in any town, really.
No, that's right.
Especially in this town, is because I've actually had some people ask me, like, "Are you still doing comedy?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm really pushing the photography right now. I'm like, "Yeah, but my ultimate goal is to be doing this and stand up. If I could travel and do like wedding and shit, and then stand up and just go back and forth, I'd be happy as shit, and I'd make it a lot of money. Like, wedding photography is ridiculous. How much money is in wedding photography?
That'd be funny if you were doing like a wedding on.
How much did your wedding photographer charge you?
The wedding that you were at?
Yeah.
I didn't have one.
You didn't have a wedding photographer?
I had Tom Tran's wife, who had a camera like yours, and she just goes, "I'll take pictures." And she came over and take pictures. My first wedding had a photographer. I couldn't tell you how
Your
much.
first wedding?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I'm sure it was expensive.
So many guys I asked, they do. I don't know. My wife took care of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue.
But dude, what if you were like on the road doing comedy? You got hired at a wedding, and you're taking you get another gig. You're fucking taking pictures for somebody's wedding. I have signs
all over my car.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking taking pictures at somebody's wedding, and then you
do stand up that night. Yeah,
you do stand, and then you're giving out tickets to people at the wedding to come to the show, and then the security guard with the flat Smokey the Bear hat goes, "There's no soliciting."
Call back, people. That's
call
comedy.
back. Call back. All right. I got through it, you guys. You guys, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking go home.
I gotta pee so bad.
I gotta. You guys, dude. I finished my whiskey. That's how you know the episode is done. And you guys killed the fucking six pack. The two of yous.
The two of yous? Nope.
So I'm happy I decided to give up the beer and bread. I mean, I like to give up something for Lent. Like I said, I thought that I'm not going to do it this year, but then I went like, you know what? If I don't do it this year, then I'm never going to do it ever again.
And you shouldn't do it ever again. It's ridiculous.
No, it isn't. It's the only thing that I have left towards my own, because like
That's true. I apologize. It's not ridiculous.
No, you could say that religion is bullshit. You could say religion is awful. And listen, you could say that you've been lied to, and a lot of that's probably true. But it's the stuff that you hold in your heart that accounts. Like they're maybe doing bullshit and lies, but I'm gonna. Believe me, I was on the fence. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it because that's the only thing that I have that was like really in my heart. It was about my sacrifice, not what you guys fucking told me. You know what I mean? Wish they told me to do it. But anyway.
Well, my thing is I'm not – whatever gets you through the day.
Yeah.
If religion gets you through the day, that's
it's not
fine.
That it gets me through the day.
But I mean, even if people that do, like their beliefs in their religion get through the day, that's fine. Some people have God. Some people have vodka. Whatever gets you through the day. I
have both.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to judge.
Listen, man.
I mean, whatever gets you through the day and makes you, be a decent person,
you got to have
I'm good with.
Values and discipline.
Yeah.
And if religion is bullshit and has done horrible things, if anything you're going to take from
compass.
If anything you're going to take from religion, all its bullshit and crap that they have, and you don't believe in it and you think it's lie, stuff, if anything, take that it gave you discipline and values. Those are great qualities that even a fucking karate master would teach you. It's true, bro. All right, Kevin's got to pee.
Look at that.
That's
that
it.
leg is
Todd.
Yes, sir.
Where can people find you?
Well, my photography website, my comedy website's under construction, so my photography website is Sky Portraits. Photography.com.
And then your Instagram is Sky Portraits.
Sky Portraits on Instagram as well.
SKY.
SKYportraits.com. And my comedy Instagram is Funny Mofo. Yeah, I actually got that one.
Okie doke.
Funny Mofo, one word.
And what about where can people buy the shirts?
Go to Todd's T-Shirts. Todd's T-Shirt. Yeah, I can't even say it. Todd's T-Shirt Shop on Shopify.
Todd with 2 D's. Todd's T-Shirt
Shop.
No,
T-Shirt Shop. Not plural.
Excuse me. Todd's T-Shirt Shop.com. Just send me the link. I'll put it in the description of the podcast.
Done.
Also, in the description of the podcast, you will find Embrace Pet Insurance, and you will also find the link to the website where you can get our T-shirts at Homeschooled Pod. You see how hard it is out here for a pimp, you guys. Fucking go and support. And we got to get the fuck out of here because Kevin's making me nervous with his little fucking pea leg over there. It's Homeschooled Podcast, you guys. I'll see you next time.